Okay guys, this is weird, and Angie is here cleaning, and we're talking about psychic stuff and things that are going on, and I showed her a couple of clips from the last few videos, and I mentioned to her the local case of a kid disappearing. I said, you know, I just have a feeling that we're supposed to be working on this and that we can solve and find this, because Angie has psychic ability, the same as me. She gets feelings, she knows things, and so I was just talking to her about it. She's wandered off, but we're gonna track her down right now. This is weird that I mentioned this to her. Okay, what did I just say to you? I brought up the Luke Joly case, and you told me
that I had a dream that I went into and I went in the back up by where the campers used to be and was having a pee and found a skull.
So I bring this up to her, and she tells me that just a couple nights ago she had this dream where she found this missing kid, and where. And there's a family, we won't say the name, but they've been investigated multiple times. They used to camp at this place. I don't know if it's ever been investigated, but we should go for a walk. We should go for a walk and go to the place that you dreamed of, because I just told her what we were gonna find, and that's this kid's belt. And she said, I know.
Well,
she had this, you have the same feelings that I do.
You
and then
could have said anything, I could have found anything. Instead you said what I dreamt I found.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
Maybe we should go do this.
I guess we're gonna have to.
I'm gonna hold you to it. She's not gonna want to do it, guys, but I'm gonna hold her to it. You're the one who dreamt it, so you're supposed to go.
Well, you just bring the protection, whatever it'll be.
Only protection I got is my own source of power. I don't know. If you believe, I guess, white light, we can bring Gage. Gage will protect us.
Okay, well that'll be good.
All right, we're gonna have to do this. I had a feeling and I brought it up to her. It's just, that's beyond coincidence. Bright and early, I'm gonna go to my spot on the steps over here and record my interdimensional spirit communication device, i.e. the fish tank, which is bubbling away. Tomorrow, I've convinced Aunt Angie to go out and go to a site and investigate a local murder case where they've never found this kid. And it was just weird yesterday. I mentioned it to her when she was here. I said, you know, I have a feeling that you and I are not done with this case. We need to work on this and we should be working on it together. And she stopped cold in her tracks, looked at me with her mouth open, like, she's like, I just had a dream last night. And she proceeded to tell me that she went to this location we're going to go investigate, and she found a skull and a belt. And this kid had a very specific purple belt. That has never been found. His packsack's never been found, and he's never been found. Let's see if the spirits have anything to say about this case. Okay, lots going on here. When I listen to this, guys, I don't try to think of it in terms of the case. I just listen to it to hear what is being said with an open mind. But this seems to be talking about this case. It starts with, come get me. Careless. We're fucked. That sounds like, you know, it's like these blips in time that I'm talking about. It's talking about maybe those that did this to him, what they said as that night went on. Now, we know that Luke called to get a ride and couldn't get one. Well, the first thing said here is, come get me. Right? But then it goes on, and there is a little message in between where it says, we're in Grant's session. So is that the voices that we're listening to telling me, hey, I believe Grant did a session on this case. And they're saying, hey, we were in Grant's session as well. It's like a mix of spirit team giving information as well as a drop of history in time, snippets of time. And we saw this in the Carol Ann case as well, where we would get little blurbs and statements of things that were happening as if they were happening in real time, in events that happened 60 years ago in that case. And here we're talking, 15 years ago when this kid disappeared. But I find this interesting. It goes on to say they're talking about her. Multiple times they say her. Can't stop her. Don't mention this. Get in her truck. Let's go to Bobby's. I don't know any of the players' names, so who is Bobby? I don't know. Pretty sure it says Bobby. Are Aunt Angie and I going to find anything tomorrow when we go to the site of her dream? Can you say the name of the victim that we're looking for? I'm getting a shiver down the back of my neck. Getting a feeling that somebody has a message for Aunt Angie, and it is in fact her aunt, Aunt Audrey, my great aunt. And Audrey, do you have a message for Aunt Angie? Luke, can you come through yourself? Say the name of the person who killed you. That said a name. I'm going to call Aunt Angie. Okay, I just got off the phone with Aunt Angie, and I clearly heard a name here, and I wrote it on the screen as I'm editing. That is the name of a guy who, I'm not going to put the last name, that's the guy. That is the guy. That is a suspect in this case who there's like lawsuits going on. They're like, it just said the name of somebody this is where it's crazy, okay? I don't know anything about this, but it says the name of somebody that I can now go research, and it's popping up all over the place. The family that's being investigated, that the place we're going to it's all tied to that guy. And I didn't know that. I just knew the family's last name, and there's a whole bunch of brothers and whatever, but this apparently is the guy, and it just said his name on the fish tank. That is freaking crazy, guys. To show you what a weird, crazy coincidence this is, that yesterday I started talking about this case with my aunt. We haven't heard anything. It's been a year since I did my sessions on it. I open up my Facebook, and there's a post made by one of my friends saying who disappeared Luke and where, and then there's links to an ongoing site where they're giving tips and asking for information. And I just finished doing my recordings half an hour ago on the stairs here. So that's crazy that this popped up. It's like, yeah, you're supposed to be looking at this again right now. So tomorrow, Aunt Angie and I are going to the site where she had her dream, where she found the skull and the belt in the dream. Let's go take a look and see what we find. All right, guys, heading over to Aunt Angie's this morning. There's a good frost on, so I'm going to have the heater cranked. We're going to run Hack Shack on the way over there and just see what responses we get. And then we're going to drive out to the woods to this lake to where she dreamt she found the skull and the belt and see what we find. So you guys, there was a real thick frost on the windshield. Now we're just fogged up, but it's that time of year. pick up. Can you say her name? Did you try to pass on information to her while she was sleeping? I feel it's important that her and I work together. Is that true? Can you connect with me? Can you guide me? Help me help your family? Can you connect with my aunt? Give us information through her feelings and energy? How do you like my electric truck? It's pretty cool, eh? You didn't have anything like this when you were around. I knew he was going to answer if I talked about it because that's the feeling I was getting. He likes my truck. Can you just come through and tell us who did this to you and where your body is? It seems like such a simple request. If any of this is real, if you still exist. Truth. The truth is what I'm after. In the afterlife, in your existence, in your continued caring and love for your family, and proof to show other people that this is real.
Okay. Now I gotta ask you something before I forget. When you called me yesterday morning, did you say something about getting the van, Bobby? Did you say
No,
a van?
said get in her truck. Let's go to Bobby's.
Get in the truck, okay.
Hang on, we're going to clip you up here. Just for the microphone.
Oh,
So we're both going to wear one of these.
okay. Testing.
Yeah, it's working. Okay, we're going to drive out there. I'm going to run the Hack Shack again. So far, I've got 5 responses on there. I have no idea what it said. But I do want to talk a little bit more about the case and stuff when we get out there. So today I want you to be very open with your feelings. If you feel something, or if you're thinking something, or if something crosses your mind, let's talk about it. Just say it, because we don't know the relevance of anything unless we talk about it and think about it.
Yeah, that's true.
And something can happen in the future from now, which would lead relevance to something that we talk about or think about now.
I think it's called unknown whereabouts, and there's another thing that's called some kind of podcast that they did. And
Three Sisters.
No, this wasn't Three Sisters. They're actually like an investigation group. They were interviewed on W5 when they did the thing about Luke Joly. And one of those I read, and I'm going to find it for you because it was, I'm terrible at time, I'm going to say a year ago, that they said new information had proved that he somehow ended up at the Voyager that night. And they said, and I'm pretty sure it said, they were looking for a passenger van who gave him a ride.
Okay, so in terms of the Voyager, yes, there were 3 people that came forward. I just read this yesterday, prepping for today and working on this case again. I looked at quite a bit of stuff. I looked at my sessions I did, Grant sessions, and then a couple of these sites, including the one that had the updated stuff. And he was at the Voyager, according to 3 people who saw him. And, I'm getting a full shiver down the back of my neck. This person's name that came up yesterday on the fish tank was purported to be the last person seen with Luke at the Voyager, which is why he became a suspect and they investigated him.
But at that time, that bar had changed. When I worked there, it was specifically, there was another bar down at the front called the Peacock, which was more like rock, I don't know, like Honeymoon Sweet Pain there and stuff like that. More for the younger, I guess you would say. Whereas the other bar down the hallway was Stan and Ollie's, was country music, fiddle jamboree on Saturday. When it changed and that was the only bar left open, it kind of more catered to more, I would say more the younger, but you still got a lot of an older crowd there. But even when I was there, we had a lot of young crowd during the day, especially.
Yeah.
Playing pool and stuff like that.
The point being, the people are wrong. It's a bar.
Yeah,
He would have went, absolutely. If he was denied at the other places, they'd already been at one bar, denied at the next one, I believe. Of course, there's not too many options. Absolutely, he could have ended up there. And like I say, there is new information that came forward that 3 people saw him at that bar. So, okay, does that bother you that the truck's driving itself?
Not really.
Nice.
As long as it knows what it's doing.
Well, apparently it does. Like I like to tell Stan, you know, it should drive better than me because I did have a few beers for breakfast this morning, so.
You did? Oh, I'd like to know how we got to the Voyager.
Okay, I want you to concentrate on Luke and just think about, picture him, send out some energy and let's both try to connect to him and just see what, if anything comes through the box. I mentioned to him on the way over to your place, it just popped into my head. I had the feeling that Luke liked my truck. Thought it was cool, and I asked about it, and instantly I got a response. And then I got thinking, a lot of things have changed since he was here, right? Like,
yeah, because how many years has it been?
I think it was like 2011, wasn't it, when he went missing?
I know it's a while because
It's like 14 years. There are a lot of people that go missing in North Bay. The W5 series that talked about Luke Joly started their program saying North Bay is known for the amount of people that go missing up here.
Yeah. Well, you know where we just drove past? Aunt Audrey's place.
Yeah.
So maybe she's saying something to you.
No, she's saying something to you because she left a message yesterday in the session for you. So you'll have to watch the video.
Because that is weird. That was almost like right where her house was, that little cottage. Saying something like that.
It did say something when we went past Aunt Audrey's, yeah. So this highway, Luke lived further up this highway into Miskaming.
Yeah.
And he would have come through here, past the little town Redbridge where Grant lives, and into North Bay. So, absolutely, this is all territory he would have traveled. We'll do a necrophonic session when we get to the lake as well. That was a woman's voice. I have no idea what it said. Luke, did they bury you at 20? Yeah, it happens all the time.
Clear sound.
the other spot right in here where they used to camp.
Yeah. Apparently went from there and then started doing there.
That said outpatient, and we were just talking about the North Bay Psych Hospital and patients.
Okay. Would that thing have known that?
Well, it shouldn't know anything that we talk about.
Okay.
But
Did I just say find me?
Luke, can you let us know you're here? Say your name. His dad? Maybe? Or Miss Dad? Miss Dad. That is the second time in one of my earlier sessions I said, give me a last message, and it said that he missed his dad. It said that before.
Wow.
And I had a real strong connection the first time I did my spirit box sessions on this, the connection of a father and son, and it brought me to tears. All right, we have to go down here. Is it still on? Ice. That's not a coincidence. It talks about ice, being cold, and then it says kiss and mic. The first session that I did, they talked about a kiss and they talked about a mic. And I assumed at that time that Mike was the ex of the girl that Luke came to town to see. I haven't proven that. I don't know. It's not coincidence that they're talking about it again here a year later. The same words coming up again. That said white milk.
Tooth.
Okay, so I mean, this is the problem with cases like this, is that these stories come out and go around, and even, you know, the stories about him being circulated about being buried back here at one of these two areas, you can't tell what's truth and what's not, and it can send an investigation off on a direction that just wastes time and money, right? I don't know. Yes. The only reason I'm here today is because you had a dream saying that you found his body back here, and I'd be remiss if we didn't go check it out. We have to check it out.
Yeah. But I do find it very funny that there's a $50,000 reward, and okay, the story is these people are of questionable
upbringing, moral standards.
Yes, like I think into drugs.
They're low lifes,
like, you know. And I find it very funny that none of these ones that would be associated where he was around that night would come forward for the $50,000.
Because the $50,000 reward has to lead to proof in an arrest, and there's no proof of anything. So they might be trying to get the money.
No, but if they said, even went and said, hey, look, I was there that night.
No, it has to be, has to lead to an arrest and proof, and so they can say whatever they want, but they're not getting the $50,000 until the body is found and it's proven. There's no body as of right now. So that's why he's still listed as a missing person and not a murder victim. Well, they want closure. They want to, you know.
I don't know. That dad keeps that pretty much ripping about him. And when I seen him,
it's the dad yes, absolutely. They want his body. They want to know where he is.
He said, I just want to bring him home.
Yeah, that search will never stop. No family will ever give up on a loved one until they're found. That's just.
I think that's the worst part.
Yeah, and that's why we're doing what we do. Even if we found this kid's body and they offered me the reward, no, I couldn't take it. I wouldn't take it.
I wouldn't want it.
That's not why we do this. We do this because I would like to see closure and help these guys.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Instances of people being charged with giving false information in this case.
Okay, but I don't know this for a fact. Okay, I'll tell you, this is what I heard through people that know her better than me. I have met her numerous times, but I'm talking about Jackie Kelly. But they said that, yes, she gave false statements to the police. Now, somebody said he wasn't staying there. They were in the apartment above where he was staying or below where he was staying. Well, see, I'm wondering, now that seems a little weird to me, but could he maybe have come to town to hang out with Jackie's daughter would make more sense.
Well, it was a young girl, his age.
And see, Jackie wasn't his age. She just died like 3 or 4 months ago, and she's my age, 63. Okay,
so wait, you just gave me some information that we can use, considering we're trying to talk to the dead here.
Okay.
That this person who gave false statements and was charged with it is now deceased. Then we're going to ask some questions when we get up here to Jackie.
Okay.
See if Jackie will come through and clarify.
But I'm saying I couldn't see him coming to see her.
No, of course not.
But if I were to be right about this, I can find out exactly her daughter's age. Yeah, no, this is where they used to have all the trailers parked here, and then there was a dock down there so that you could fish off of. And there's somewhere Dad used to put the boat down in through there. I don't know if it was here. Wow. So I wouldn't know that without the dock. That used to have a dock that went out quite a ways there.
The dock hasn't been here for a long time.
Well, I haven't been back here in my dream, I guess.
Was the dock there in your dream?
Yes. That's kind of weird. But I guess you remember it the way you last seen it.
So.
No, see, that's exactly where I could remember them. But even when I was here with Dad, that's where we were told to go and have a pee. There was little trails in behind there.
Okay, well, let's go in to where you dreamt you went and just take a little look around.
I remember these trails too much. Not really going in as much as they should be. People obviously still come and have fire. Now see, that would be one of these families. And they used to even have a garden in here.
Yeah, so what happened there was they were coming and camping out, leaving the trailer here for months and months and months, and
all the time.
There's only supposed to be a 28-day limit.
No, it's freaky. I wasn't overly far in here. But I was in here. Yeah, no, I'd only come about this far, because I wouldn't go any farther on my own. But I would have looked around here. Right go.
And there's a good layer of needles and leaves. And if you went back 15 years, I mean, it would be even deeper than this. So it was somewhere right in here in your dream?
Yeah. I remember because Not much sign much of anything. Wow, enough trees come down.
I mean, I know it's a super long shot that that this kid's body would just be sitting here on the surface, but you had a dream. You got to come check it out, take a look.
But the thing is, what I'm thinking is, that, you know, when they say sometimes after years they've been eroded, you know what I mean?
Yeah, oh well, animals can scavenge and bring bones to the surface, and
I just watched this thing on it.
I'm just gonna connect.
What's that?
I'm just gonna turn the hack shack back on. Again, a woman's voice. It said something there again. A male voice. Luke, are you buried out here somewhere?
No response.
No, I just wanted to shut it off for a second.
There's some weird hump back here, though. I find, or you know, you go in the bush more than me.
Yeah, I mean, there's low spots, high spots all over the place. It'd be so hard to tell. And they could take them out here anywhere. And I mean, there's literally thousands of kilometers of this stuff.
But don't you believe that? Well, I don't think you're going to walk miles through there with that, but maybe.
No.
I guess depending on your circumstances.
I want you to just concentrate here for a second. Let's just almost reach out with your sensory feelers and just tell me. Let's try to connect to him. And what do you feel?
I feel like he wants to be found. He's kind of... It's a weird thing because, you know, you can read about one and it doesn't stick with you. This kind of sticks with me. And yesterday, for it to pop up after we were talking was a little strange too. Don't you get kind of the feeling like he's asking them for help or something?
Absolutely. From the very beginning, I've felt a connection to this case and that we could somehow help. But then I also don't understand if this is the case, where this is real, why can't they just come through and say, here's where I am? If we have abilities, which we know we do, it's been proven, the things we've seen, felt, known before they've happened,
Yes.
you just have to admit it. For years I say, oh, I'm not a psychic, but that's what a psychic is. We do have some kind of extra perception that not everybody has. Why is that branch just suddenly moving? You see that?
Oh, wow.
It just was just shaking like somebody walked past it.
And that's the only one.
Yeah, right here in front, like 10 feet in front of us.
I know, I'd seen it because it was the only one moving.
There is no wind. That's weird.
That is weird.
Come here. This branch, like right here. This one right here, I think, was just going like that.
Yeah. No, I seen it when we looked over because, like you said, it was the only one moving.
And then you start getting into the thick stuff like this where, I mean, if the trees haven't fallen down over, where they buried this guy, you might find him. But if he's in the mess of something like this, nobody's going to find him until all this rots.
It'd be an accident. An accidental find where somebody's gone for a nature walk or somebody's fell over something and happened to be looking.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you just look at what's out here. You could bury a body, 200 meters off the road. You'd never find it. People are not coming in here. If they're coming here camping, they're going down to the lake on the other side. Like Aunt Angie said, this is where you come in to go pee into the woods, and you only come in 30 yards, and that's it. You go another 50 yards. There might not have been anybody in there for 40 years, right? And then there's thousands upon thousands of acres. So to find this guy, you're going to pretty much need somebody to tell where they buried him. Yeah. Unless they come through and actually, Luke says, I'm here, and we get this feeling, we get led here, and we find him, which is why we're here today. Like, that's pretty thick in front of me. Like, I'm not even going to go through there because you can't see anything. I really was hoping we would just see something laying here on the surface. His backpack is missing too. Luke, you need to help us. Give us a message. Tell us where to go. Saw something white. I saw something white over here I wanted to look at. Right here. Toilet.
What's that? A toilet tube?
Portable toilet.
What's this over here?
Propane tank. throw a pee on a porta potty in your dream?
No.
It wasn't that one?
No.
The last two examples of the box going off are very creepy to me because it's something interacting with us live immediately on the spot. Hey, I see something over there, and the box says, what do you see? Then we're talking about the dirty old porta potty, and I'm joking around with Aunt Angie, saying, you know, was that in your dream? Did you pee on that porta potty? And she says, I wouldn't. And as she's saying, I wouldn't, the box replies, she should. There's something else right there. Another propane tank. And there's a big mound right there.
Oh, yeah. Which seems a little
It's like a body-sized mound right here. A big strange mound right here. It like ends where my feet are. Climb up on top there, Aunt Angie. It's literally that wide and 8 feet long. Okay, this is weird.
It's very weird. And kind of squishy.
I don't know. I was going to actually bring a shovel, and I forgot. But you wouldn't think that they would bury them and put a mound over top of them. You think they would dig a hole, right? And this is weird.
Yeah, but it is kind of weird if you're in a rush, you might think.
It's hard to show on the camera, but that's like, what, 2.5 feet high? 3 feet high? Sand.
What?
It's just like sand. It literally goes from right there to right there. It's like, why is there a mound here? Well, there's definitely roots in there, but
You didn't find no garbage or nothing, so it doesn't look like a garbage dump.
it's weird. Like, did they bulldoze back here and this is where they stopped?
They used to have their trailers, all three of the family members right there.
They stopped. I'm getting full shivers, guys. Like I said, something's interacting with us. That mound was very strange. You guys know we're out detecting all the time. I'm on old sites. I know when things are out of place. That mound is not natural. The only thing I had to dig with was a stick. And I literally spent 10 minutes digging. And yet when I go to leave and I'm lamenting, you know, what is this? I don't know. The box admonishes me and says, you didn't even dig. So this makes me think, you know, is there something there? Do I need to go back with my shovel? She had a dream. I don't know. I tried, guys. There's only so much you can dig with a stick. But the fact that but is the box toying with me? I get these feelings all the time that this is, you know, I'm going to take the shovel. Now I have to go back there, I feel. Comment below if I should go back there with my shovel and dig up that mound, dig below the level of that mound, it's going to take me an hour or more to dig. Should I do it? Comment below. Or is the box just f***ing with me? That is an odd lump right there. And that tree grew in this hump. That tree grew thereafter.
Yeah. But I could see them putting it so they would know where to find it again.
Well, yeah. But there's nothing obvious here. Like, there's no garbage. There's no pieces of human stuff to show that somebody's manipulated this. It's not natural. I don't think it's natural.
I don't think it is neither because, like I say, this doesn't even make sense with this. It's like they dug out of there for here because if you look at the rest, it's not like that. There or here, just here.
I don't know.
It doesn't look
This
right.
is not natural, but what is it? I don't know. Okay, let's just wander around here and look for anything that is human. Like, I've dug down there over a foot. It's just this red soil. It's very soft. It's easy to dig. The camera doesn't show this hump very well, but it's there. It's very well defined. And Angie's kind of standing in the low spot right now. All right, female response. You guys can kind of see the hump we're talking about right there behind Aunt Angie.
Yeah.
If you look at where she's standing, Luke, are you buried in this spot? Do I need to dig? You need to tell me to dig. I'm not digging anymore unless you tell me to dig. Sending out white light. Yes, for you. You and your dad. Your family. Your mom. Your sister. I want an answer. Direct answer. Luke, are you buried at this campsite? Where's your belt? I want to find your belt. Somebody's garbage. You know, quite often when you go through the garbage, you can find out whose garbage it is.
Yeah, I know.
They will be dumb enough to leave incriminating. Do you have to pee?
No. You?
Even if I did, I wouldn't be sitting on that.
No, I know.
Okay, I'm gonna do necrophonic again, eh, Angie?
Okay.
Let's just turn it on and stand still and we'll listen to it for a minute.
Okay.
This is as good a spot as any. Poor guy. Kick?
I thought that's what he said. I would just...
Say your name. Bob. Can you tell us where you're buried or not? What do they do with your belt? Burn it or bury it? Gave to a woman? Okay, look. I can't say this any other way, spirits. If this is real, if what she feels and what I feel is real, we're here to help. But if you don't give us direct information and we don't get anything out of this, we're going to lose interest. We can't help. It's important for your family, so you need to tell us where your body is.
Yes.
Dad? Yeah, tell us for your dad. Did you visit Aunt Angie in a dream? Did you hear that?
Yes.
Okay. Find this. The phone. Did he have a phone back in that day? Maybe.
It said apparently when they went to the first apartment, I think they said his belt, his phone, and something else was there. Maybe his glasses.
No, his belt wasn't recovered.
No. When they first went to this person's house and when they went back a second time, the mom and the daughter, none of that stuff was there. I'd like to know the names of the guys he was going out with.
Okay, so we have to ask Jackie about this case because she just recently died, and this is the one who gave false reports, and you believe it was her daughter, the daughter's name was Ashley, that he was possibly coming to town to see that night. So Jackie, do you have anything to tell us about this case? Do you want to clarify anything? There was a name that I got in the first session. It was very clear. Mike. So I didn't know if that was the guy who owned the apartment that they lived in or if that was the ex of the girl that he was in town to see. Who, Jackie, I'm asking you, who is Mike? Beats. Did you owe them $20, Luke? That said Luke. You hear my name? Who did that sound like? Doug.
Oh, Doug.
It said Ken twice now.
Kenny.
Did they hit you with a bat? You keep saying bat.
Pipe.
All right, Luke. I want you to give me a message for your family, for your dad. Final message for your dad. Love. I didn't feel a super strong connection to him today. You either?
No. And I kept thinking and looking, and I was trying so hard, to just concentrate on him.
Yeah, me either. So why is it that we get you having a dream, then all these things popping up online talking about this case, and then yet when we come out here to investigate it, we don't have a super strong connection.
Yeah, very strange. Because maybe it's not here, Gary.
No, but even if it's not here, I would expect that if he wants our help, that he should be connecting and...
Doesn't it sound like somebody's trying to stop him from saying something? Or is that just me? I don't know.
I don't know.
No, but,
Is that a feeling you get? Because...
no, but I'm saying, you were asking to speak to Jackie too. She went that long without saying anything. She could be there telling him, you better be quiet, no?
She could be. Who knows? Like, yeah, I don't know.
It just seems weird. It seems like this woman where there's... didn't seem to be a woman involved. You know, well, I mean, maybe to go visit, but I'm saying why wouldn't the woman...
No, there's multiple women involved. The girl that he went to see, my theory is, and it came through and said the kiss, it talked about the kiss multiple times. And I think that's what got him killed, was him being a young teenage guy coming to town to visit this girl, staying at her house.
And she had another boyfriend.
And she had an ex, and I believe that's what did him in, because that when I did my original session, that's what it was saying. But I mean, there's a dozen theories out there, there's a dozen suspects out there, and there's all kinds of misinformation.
But you know what I'm confused about then is, say you come down to see a woman, right? Normally, wouldn't you go out together? Like, say you come to town to see a woman, so you went down to wherever it was, Wilder's or whatever.
I just assumed that she was in this group that went with them to the bar, no?
Yeah, but if he came to see her, why would she leave the bar and go with him?
Well, this is my problem right from the beginning, is why did all of the friends stay in the bar when he got rejected, right? No friends that I ever had would, you know, if one of us didn't get into the bar, we wouldn't stay and party and say...
we all left.
Yeah, exactly. So that was strange. You know, it's almost like he was being set up from the get-go to come and visit. And like, there's that other theory that he found drugs in the bush and stole from somebody, and that rumor was going around that, you know, he was...
Like, the $20 makes no sense, because I've heard that one. Well, he went to a bank machine and got money. It's $20, not $20,000.
Yeah, I mean...
You know, if you went to a bank machine to get money, I'm sure he would have given you $20, whatever he'd owe you $20 for.
His friends that were out drinking with him that night would have gave him the $20 to pay somebody back, you know?
This is what I'm saying.
So it's either more a case of drugs that were stolen and payback had to be given, or 100%, intuitively 100% I feel it's the girl. That there was jealousy,
a big setup,
and it was...
like you said.
Yeah.
I think that he was lured to come to town, perhaps by this girl.
I'm feeling that exactly.
And then these guys had it planned, because the story was that somewhere up in Kipwa or somewhere where they had some pot, him and a buddy or something went and stole it. I don't know if that's true, but I'd heard that.
That was going around.
And it would kind of make sense. Get him here into town and whatever. Now,
and teach him a lesson, and I think it just went too far.
Yeah.
But the message that I get from Luke, it's come through and it's said it multiple times, is that he liked this girl, that he loved her. It said that in yesterday's session. I heard it say, loved her. When I asked Luke to come through and talk, it said the first thing it said was loved her. So she definitely played him, and I get the feeling like you said it, but I'm feeling that as well. She lured him here. She was part of that.
She's the girl that I'm thinking of in the family. Definitely they would operate that way.
To lure this kid into town to prey on him, beat him up, steal his backpack, whatever they were going to do, his money would not be out of the question. But again, these are all just rumors, right? We have no proof of anything. Yeah. I would have, like I was just saying to Angie, I would have liked from my first session that I did, and there was like a blip in time where Luke called home and then, you know, tried to call home and get a ride, and then the dad was sleeping and didn't answer the phone, didn't talk to him, and didn't go get him. And I want that to be confirmed, because if we could confirm that that actually happened, that's something that there's no way I should know that, and that's something that came through the spirit box. You know, little things like that are what I'm after, is real proof of things that we can verify. So today feels kind of not disappointing. I mean, we had to come out and check, because it's strange that you had a dream, and you know, maybe it's just a prodding for us to be aware and paying attention to this case. And we're not done with it. I've always felt that we could do something to help the family, but today was kind of a bust. So keep your feelers open, Aunt Angie. Let me know.
will.
If you have any more dreams, let me know.
Oh, next one is probably to be the person that did it chasing me.
Well, then at least you can tell us who it was then, because we're not even sure of that.
Don't you remember in a dream it's normally something's after you, but you don't know what it is?
Yeah, and you get in the car and the car doesn't work. You get on the bike and there's no pedals. And
Exactly.
everything's uphill. I know. All right, guys, thanks for joining us. We tried. And I still have to analyze all of the responses, so maybe we've got some good stuff in there. We'll see.
Okay.
Catch you in the next adventure.
See you later.